Before we roll tonight's story, hit asterisk subscribe, tap the bell, and smash that like button if you've ever explored somewhere you weren't supposed to. Just remember, if the lights come on while you're there, leave. The old Majestic Theater sat on the corner of Fremont and 12th, a decaying, three-story relic from the 1940s that had once hosted black and white film premieres and small-town musicals. By the time I was born, it was long shut down. The city boarded it up in the late 90s after the roof started to collapse. But people talked about it. Not just the usual ghost stories or haunted building nonsense. Real stories. About noises after midnight. About lights flickering behind the boarded doors. About a janitor who vanished back in 2002 while doing a safety inspection. I'd grown up hearing those stories. So when my friend Marcus suggested we explore it one night, I didn't hesitate. There were 4 of us, me, Marcus, his cousin Tyler, and my friend Emma. We were 20-somethings, bored, stupid, chasing the thrill of doing something we weren't supposed to. We had flashlights, a camera, and enough false confidence to walk through hell if it had a no trespassing sign on it. It was a Saturday night in June. The air was humid, the streets empty. The Majestic looked worse up close, its marquee half collapsed, the sign reading only MASTC. Marcus found a way in through the alley, where a rusted side door hung loose on one hinge. We stepped inside, our flashlights cutting through decades of dust. The air was thick, heavy with mildew and something else, the faint, sour smell of wet carpet that hadn't been touched in years. The first floor was littered with old movie posters, curled and yellowed. A cardboard stand-up of some forgotten romantic comedy, slumped against the wall. We filmed everything, laughing nervously. It was the kind of dumb adventure that felt harmless, until we reached the main auditorium. Rows of red velvet seats stretched into darkness. The stage curtain hung torn, swaying slightly though there was no breeze. And above it all, the massive projector room loomed, its window like a single unblinking eye. Emma whispered, "Did you guys feel that?" "What?" "The air just got colder." She was right. My flashlight flickered as if the batteries were dying, but I charged them that morning. Marcus grinned, always the brave one. "Come on, let's check the stage." We climbed the steps. The wood creaked under our feet. Behind the curtain was an old piano, half broken, and a trapdoor covered by warped planks. "Probably storage," Tyler muttered. Marcus crouched, shining his light through a gap in the wood. "No, there's a ladder. Going down." I frowned. "A basement. More like a crawl space," he said. "Looks small." That's when Emma's flashlight caught something on the far wall, a large movie poster, untouched by dust. It showed a black and white photograph of the theater itself, dated 1962. But there was something wrong with it. The photo showed people sitting in the audience, dozens of them, but their faces were all blurred. Every single one. Tyler laughed nervously. "Old camera exposure." Marcus shook his head. "No, this looks recent." Before we could argue, a sound came from above us. Whir click. The sound of a projector starting. We all froze. The beam of light cut through the darkness from the projector room upstairs, landing on the screen at the back of the stage. "That can't be real," I said. "There's no power here." Marcus whispered, "Then what's running it?" The screen flickered, static at first, then an image appeared. It was the theater. Our theater. From the same angle we were standing. But in the projected image, we weren't alone. In the back row, faint outlines of people sat in the seats, motionless, watching us. Emma screamed. Tyler dropped his flashlight. Marcus ran toward the side stairs leading up to the projector room. "I'm turning it off," he shouted. I followed, heart hammering, flashlight beam bouncing off the peeling wallpaper. The stairwell twisted up to the small booth. When we reached the top, the door was already open. The projector whirred steadily, its reels spinning though no film ran through them. Marcus stepped closer. "It's digital." "But how?" He stopped. On the small screen beside the lens was a live feed, not of us, but of the stage. And standing in front of the curtain on that screen was a fifth person. Tall, thin, still. Someone who wasn't there a second ago. "Emma," Marcus called. "Tyler." No response. He turned to look down from the window. The The seats below were empty. The stage, too. Everyone was gone. I backed up. We need to leave. Marcus nodded, breathing hard. Yeah. Now. We bolted down the stairs. When we reached the main floor, the air was filled with the faint hum of electricity. Every seat in the auditorium was occupied, not by people, but by shapes. Figures molded from dust and light, their outlines flickering like a dying film reel. All of them facing the stage. The projector above shifted, refocusing. The image on the screen changed. Now it showed the theater empty again, except for 4 seats in the center row. Our seats. Each had a name scrawled on the backrest in chalk. Marcus, Tyler, Emma, and me. We ran for the exit. The doors slammed shut before we could reach them. I turned to the others, but only Marcus was still behind me. The other 2 were gone. He grabbed my arm, eyes wide. We have to. The lights flickered once more. Then the audience clapped. A single, slow, echoing applause that rolled through the dark. Marcus screamed and ran for the side hall. I followed, barely breathing, until we burst into the lobby. The front doors, boarded shut from the inside. Help! I yelled, pounding against the wood. And then the lights died. In the darkness, the projector still hummed. The faint flicker of light stretched from the auditorium into the lobby, like a reaching hand. On the floor near us, a piece of film reel unspooled slowly, curling around my shoe. I shined my light down. Each frame on the strip was the same, a still image of us standing on the stage. In the last frame, Marcus's head was turned toward me, but in the image, his eyes were black. When I looked up, Marcus was gone. The beam of my flashlight caught movement through the lobby doors. The curtain on the stage swayed, as if someone was walking behind it. A figure stepped into the projector's light, and it wasn't Marcus. It was taller, wearing something that looked like a suit, its face pale and featureless, like wax. It raised a hand, not to wave, but to point, straight at me. The sound system crackled to life. A voice whispered through the static, distorted but clear enough to make my blood freeze. Take your seat. I ran. I didn't look back. I don't remember how I got out. Maybe through a broken window, maybe through the side door. All I remember is the sound of the projector still running, echoing down the empty street as I sprinted into the night. The next morning, I called Marcus. No answer. Tyler. Emma. Nothing. When I went back 2 days later, the theater was sealed. Fresh police tape, new locks. The news said nothing about anyone found inside. But last week, when I was scrolling online, I saw a post, a new upload on a random channel. A grainy clip titled, Majestic Theater Screening 2024. The thumbnail? A dimly lit stage, and 4 figures standing under the projector beam. Me, Marcus, Emma, and Tyler. Frozen mid-scream,